Radar Update. My name is Daniel Vallis from InformedChristians.com, a website ministry devoted to discerning current events from a Christian perspective. This is a warning, not a prediction. We don't know what the future holds. We don't know the day or hour, but we do see the day approaching. We have heard the calls for peace and safety, and so we know that sudden destruction is coming. In our recent videos, we reviewed a lot of material pointing out how the enemy has been pushing and getting everything ready for their D-Day, which is basically New Year's Eve. And so much has come together on that day, and we've seen the signals at that time and since then becoming even more and more blatant. They are ready for the next step, apparently. Well, on the 4th, it came out in the news that the Charlie magazine was going to be publishing a commemorative magazine for the 7th, and the illustration on the cover has drawn some attention. They basically illustrated a caricature of who they depict as God, basically the great architect of the universe. So they depicted a pyramid with the Masonic all-seeing eye right above it, right on the front of this magazine, and they're printing 1 million copies of this magazine, and then they're going to be publishing some more overseas as well. And of course, this instantly reminds us of the big push that we've seen lately with the eye, the illuminated eye, the sun god, over top the pyramid, which symbolizes the finishing of the mystery of iniquity. They're finishing and completing their work. They're bringing it to a completion. And we talked before about the 1776 compared to the 570-76. And so we know they expect this is the time, and we've seen a lot come together with the D-Day, that they are ready. And they are ready to start on the next phases too as well. So the announcement that was going to be published came out on the 4th, and so that got a lot of buzz in the media right then. But then it's really coming out on the 7th with all the extra copies. So this is getting even double coverage and more, over 1 million instances of this very blatant symbol. And we've seen just since New Year's Eve this same exact pattern. And I've said before, they're getting more and more blatant because they know they're very close to the day that has been approaching. They're aware of prophecy. They know what the Bible says. They know the day is right upon us. They know the storm is looming right on the horizon, the sudden destruction. And when we look at just the major instances that have just come out in the past few days, it should really alarm us and make us pay attention that they are very busy and they really do expect so much to happen. They really are ready. So when they say the stage is set and the curtain rises, that they are ready, they fully mean it. We saw back on December 12th, they really started pushing this blatantly and boldly right in your face. And guess what movie trailer? X-Men, The Apocalypse. Because they know this is coming. And then we saw harkens to it on December 25th. And on New Year's Eve, the White House pushed that one particular book all about the pyramids with it right on the cover and the aliens and all that. This was a very high-level mention. They're doing it deliberately from these platforms because they want it to be seen by Satan's disciples. They're rallying Satan's disciples and they're telling them basically to not slack off, pay attention, be ready any day now. And then mere hours after they did that was the Sherlock Holmes instance as well with the Lucifer same pattern as well. And then just a few days after that was the magazine cover, which got itself in the news and was broadcasted all over the world too as well. And then it's going to be published over 1 million copies. They are pushing this out deliberately because they are pushing a message to Satan's disciples. We have heard the calls for peace and safety. The Bible says sudden destruction is coming once you hear that warning. Do not forget that. Do not be lulled into a sense of complacency. Don't try to make long-term plans for this New Year's either. We must be sober. We must be vigilant. We must make sure that we are ready when Christ returns. If you have not yet, check out our video, Evacuation Procedures, a review and exhorting of what Christ calls his bride to do. Maranatha.